Next question. Can you speak about the climate change that we are facing now in our collective?
We can. This topic, and you will find many topics like it, exists for several reasons. The first is that you choose for it to exist, and on a collective level, you are choosing for it to exist. Remove judgment from any topic, and one suddenly has to look at why they were judging it in the first place. What is the logic behind judging something? In the case of climate change, potentially, the reason why it is being judged is because one is afraid of death of humanity, death of the planet. But you would have to ask yourselves why. Why attribute the death of humanity and the death of the planet to the climate changing when you are so successful at killing the animals on the planet and killing the vegetation on the planet and killing each other without the climate doing anything at all? You may focus your energy on worrying and arguing and fearing climate change, or you may focus your energy on ceasing your current behavior of killing each other and the planet and the animals. You are not facing climate change. You are facing your own choice to not face anything at all. You can remember that when a collective comes to a point of enough discomfort, it is necessary for them to change course. And so, there is always the simple road or the difficult road to the same destination. The difficult road to a destination includes feeling very uncomfortable for long enough until one decides to no longer be in a position or create discomfort for themselves. The comfortable route involves seeing that the discomfort is unnecessary and simply no longer creating the discomfort. This is a vibrational and frequency-based choice. It requires an individual to be diligent about their thoughts and which beliefs they are going to choose. Many are the stimulus in your current environment that point towards you choosing fear as opposed to faith. The faith is not required on an external level. You do not have to have faith that everything will be okay. You just have to have faith in yourself. For the moment that you believe that something needs to be okay, you are demonstrating that you do not have faith. Because faith requires you not needing it to be okay. This is a lesson many of you are wanting to learn at this time. This is why things are presenting themselves in the way that they are. This is also why half of your population believes that things are getting worse, while the other half believes that things are getting better. They are simply choosing the more difficult or the simpler route. If you pay attention to where your focus is most of the time, you can begin to understand which route you have been choosing and very quickly move to the more comfortable route. If you like, it is not necessary. Nothing is necessary. The actual sequence of events in your life, including those that seem to be on a collective level, is absolutely inconsequential. Your growth will happen whether climate change is real or not, and whether or not this planet bursts into a ball of flames. Never assume that anything is real. Unless, of course, you want to. But if you want to, know that there will be the effects of the assumption of that thing being real. And we are not referring to climate change in your timeline specifically, because we would not. We sustain that you get to choose what the outcome of every single event that enters your consciousness will be. You get to choose. You get to choose if things miraculously get better. You get to choose if alien lands tomorrow. You get to choose the invention of a new fruit. So, while we see that there are collective themes that you are playing with, our only advice would be to be part of the collective that is choosing what you would have happen. Actively choosing with faith in that power. Because we promise you, you cannot get it wrong. You cannot make a mistake. Many of you fear choosing a positive outcome for the stories in your heads because you feel as if you would get your hopes up and be proven wrong somehow. But remember, even in the worst case scenario, which is that you turn out to be a fool, the entire time leading up to the end of the story, you felt good. There's no benefit for feeling bad until the story turns out well. And if you imagine doom and then find salvation, well, then you've spent your life imagining doom. And what kind of life is that? You will be directed to action that supports the outcome that you choose through faith. So back to this question of climate change, you will be directed to actions that support you improving the climate through your desire to improve the climate, not through your fear. So you are safe to let go of a fear of not participating in an improvement of the climate. This applies to every topic. If you look at your history, as we were perusing just now, and all of the predicted disasters, all of the end of the world scenarios that were creatively planned and transmitted to you, you would laugh and you would see how ironic it is that when the world did not end, you did not celebrate on the day that it did not end. Today, the world did not end. Any number of unseen and unknown factors that your small scientific community could not predict could have happened today, and indeed did, for there's ever numerous potentials of possibilities happening simultaneously. But in your reality, the world did not end today. You did not die today yet. And yet you are not celebrating. Go have fun. What you came for.